Hey Starcrafters, Wookie here. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Thanks for tuning in and welcome back to the channel. This is a Season 3. I am playing Zerg because you said I had to. And here is another ZVZ. Now this is like my 7th or 8th ZVZ in a row. I swear everybody is playing Zerg this season, and I can't get any other matchup. So eventually I should be pretty good at this matchup, one would think. My opponent today is Cuteyfifi. Cuteyfifi. Now, what do you think of when you think of Cuteyfifi? I think of like a fluffy Persian kitten, or maybe a chow puppy or something, not some slimy, flitty. Look at that! Oh, look at that thing! It's disgusting. It is not cute. It is not fifi. It is gross and a complete oxymoron. So here is Cuteyfifi, the Zerg. The map is Shakuras Plateau. We've got some drones slapping high five there. We got some overlords. What up, Ralph, Sam? How you doing? And Cutie is in the bottom left here, Shakuras Plateau. I'm in the bottom right, and we are going to say goodbye to Cuteyfifi. We are not going to look at him or her anymore, because as always on these videos, I like you, the viewer, to see what I see, and use that as the context through which you can help me get better at Zerg. And we saw a 14 extractor, 14 pool for me. I have been told that that is a good thing to do in the ZVZ matchup, so we got the drones on the gas right away, and the spawning pool is coming in, and we are now at ×2 speed. I'm doing a little scout around. I see the pool there is a little bit ahead of mine, so but close, and no gas yet, so I'm not expecting any fastlings, or at least not as fast as my fastlings. And why can I still see that, and why did my frame rate drop to 7? Alright, because there's the little overlord scoping that out. And in my base we have a spine crawler going down, so I pulled my drones off gas. You can see up here, I pointed with my finger, you probably could. Up here the metabolic boost went down, so I just grabbed those drones and that were on the extractor and one nearby to take out that spine crawler, and then send them back. And I think I get way too many drones on here, 5. Yeah, that's going to stay like that for a little while. I pulled one off thinking I had fixed it, but such was not the case. And working on my queen now, and the overlord here that's spotting this is going to have to get out of the way, but if I recall correctly, doesn't. So queen starts hooking that up, and we're going to get a spit here, and then I chase it down and kill it. And the Zerglings are already on their way out for a little bit of map control, and we are going to go ×2. I try to go faster whenever I can, so that these videos aren't super long to watch. I don't want to make you guys sit there for 20 minutes watching my low-level ladder games when I know you've got important games to watch from DreamHack or the After Hours Gaming League or whatever. So I poke up here to check for the expansion. It is not to be found. Mine is almost halfway done. That went down at about 20-21 food, which I'm trying to do every time. And then the idea being get this down and start making some Zerglings for defense. Go a little minus here. I am running around trying to get a scout, and I see spine crawlers for defense and a one base Zerg with a roach warren coming in. I'm going to run around here. I want to try to kill the Zerglings, and a lot of spine crawlers, like a lot of static defense. So I'm thinking maybe Cuteyfifi is, a lower level player, doesn't have everything worked out already, got slow lings, and isn't expanding. So if we look at the vision on the mini map, I'm getting a look there. I'm spreading the overlords out a little bit, but I'm not too far out, and I'm really just trying to spot this expansion. And back home I've got a bunch of Zerglings, so I kind of, up until this point, I have been just making drones and drones and drones and drones, and losing because I just get demolished. But I have 3 hatcheries and a lot of drones. So now I'm to the point in my play where I'm like, okay, drone up until 21, get your expansion, make 2 batches of zerglings, get your queens out, and then start droning up again. And we can see some slowlings kind of just trailing in here, and I clean those up pretty easily, and I'm feeling pretty good. And I'm expecting roaches because I haven't seen any speedlings yet, and I've already got my 3rd down. It's almost halfway. I call that 1/3. And then there's those roaches. So I was right about the roaches. So, but since I only saw 3 here, I'm like, that's, I was at 3 larvae. So watch for the expansion. I did not expect these to be streaming in right away, but here they are. And fortunately for me, they're on a move command. So I get to pick at those a little bit before one zergling scoots on out of there. And I'm working on spread and creep a little bit, trying to get that going. I've got an extra queen out, I think. We've got 1 here that I keep on control 5. I've got 1 down here on control 6, and the other one is just kind of free ranging, not in a control group. We've got a misplaced drone there. You can see I threw down some spine crawlers because I saw those roaches coming. So I'm trying to work up a little static defense here. And the zerglings streaming ahead. And here come the roaches. Now he or she, Cuteyfifi, I don't know, I mean, dude or ma'am, if you're out there, I can't tell by that name if, the gender, so pardon me, I'm going to assume dude because that's just, that's just 98% of players. I like to say ladies and gentlemen, but I think that's just wishful thinking. Well, I think we're all pretty safe to assume that it's just gentlemen. But this is up. Focus, for me is on the battle and on all this stuff, so I'm not doing anything here yet. If I recall, this sits here for a little while, but you got to give me at least partial credit for getting it out there before the 10-minute mark on 3 base, so that's good. And here, I'm trying to keep an eye with these zerglings, and no expansion yet, so I'm feeling pretty good that Cuteyfifi is just a 1 base type player and is just going to keep cranking out the roaches. And now I'm getting my extra larva. I'm getting up a pretty sizable force of roaches here, and my money's climbing up a little bit, but I'm cool with that. In my base, the roach warren is down, the lair is down. I do go for the Galil reconstitution here pretty soon, if not already, and I just see roaches coming out of here. Those zerglings spotted them, so I know I'm gonna... Oh, and I managed to bring some of these off the watchtower maybe, or wherever they were hanging out. So this kind of made me nervous because I kind of got pinched, but watch some micro. This is some pro level micro right here. What you're gonna witness is me actually focus firing down these roaches with a shift command, and then we're gonna see the occasional roach get picked out and walked around in an effort to keep it from dying. And I would say I was at least 20% more efficient than if I hadn't microed at all. So clearly I've mastered that skill. Reinforcing roaches from Cuteyfifi are at the top of the ramp, and the roach death animation is so awesome. That is the coolest. Love it. And so now I'm feeling pretty good. Missed rally point there, missing my injects, but I was getting, the occasional roach micro in, so I think that's perfectly excusable. I've seen July Zerg do the same thing. Making more roaches, finally got my Galil reconstitution down, and win a battle, kill the army, and start making drones. No problem. Now I should be teching up here. I think I should be getting an Evo chamber. I should be getting my infestation pit, but I'm not. I'm just slamming roaches. You can see I've got a lot of money but low on gas. So I should have taken an extractor by now. So that's something I got to keep in mind. Somewhere around, I'm guessing, correct me if I'm wrong, please leave comments, but somewhere around 42 to 48 food, I probably want to be on 3 extractors. I mean, it's creeping up a little bit, but it's also keeping me from getting, because I had stated, and I believe, that I should have at least 1 Evo chamber. You know, I should have a tech building up, be it hydras or mutas or whatever, and I should be spending that gas, but I'm not. I'm just making roaches and zerglings. So I think I was a little late to the transition game here. We can see a spire and an Evo chamber coming down for me. Finally getting that second gas. Not out here though, but I mean, I think I'm doing better than my initial games where I just slammed all the geysers down right away. And you know, right now I would be out of money and have a ton of gas. But once you get off, what I've noticed is once you get off tier 1, 1.5, Zerg is a very gas intensive race. So if someone wants to comment with the timing on getting your geysers, whether it be, I mean, is it lair tech based? If I get my lair, should I throw down another 2 extractors? Or is it based on when the tech buildings go down? Now here I had a bunch of money, so I slammed a bunch of zerglings. I also had a bunch of larvae because I've got 3 bases worth. So in stream the zerglings, more roaches coming in, and the main is going down. Poor Cuteyfifi has nothing doing. So I'm expecting the game to be over here in just a couple of minutes. I'm not even moving my units away from the broodlings. And this should be game. But it's not. And if you've been watching the production tab, you know why. Why? Because I am very bad at scouting. If you can see my my map vision here, it's very limited. I have no idea what's going on at the top of the map. And here we have a muta cloud. So Cuteyfifi was being cute and building bases up here, and if we go back to the every vision, has an entire fortress and all sorts of structures up here, and has been massing up mutalisks for quite some time, and now has, what's that, 16, 14 of them, and wrecks my natural in very short order. And comes into my main. You can see some spore crawlers going down here. I just grabbed those and tried to make some spore crawlers. And now, you know, I'm in this Egadzooks, kill everything, and I've got nothing that can shoot up except queens, and I am just trying desperately to kill the buildings before my army gets destroyed. Did make a lot of lings and put them right there. I've got some idle roaches sitting here, but of course I am back at my base trying to make more units, trying to get some more queens made, trying to lay down spore crawlers. You can see he didn't attack this one, so I did get some spore crawlers there, and I made an extra queen. So I'm like, all right, this probably won't die to that muta harass unless it gets super strong. And in the units tab I have 65 zerglings, I have 1 mutalisk of my own, and 14 roaches. So I'm thinking, yeah, I gotta base race this. I just gotta base race it. And here we've got a bunch of zerglings taking down the spawning pool. The infestor, no, being revealed. Go get the spire. I should have gotten that probably earlier, but I want to make sure that those remaining larvae don't become mutalisks. And these things are just doing tons and tons of damage to my zerglings, but fortunately there's so many of them that it's not really gonna matter. And once that infestation pit goes down, the game is over. The drones were on prowl here, probably looking to try to get a hatchery in. We both had plenty of money banked, so you know, there could have been additional hatcheries laid down. Forgot all about these roaches. Good grief. I really wish I would have brought those into play. You can see somehow, am I on the everybody vision? I'm trying to look at my hotkeys. I've got 3 hatcheries on 4. My queens all died. That's why they're gone. And my number 1 control group is just 3 zerglings. So I really lost control of my units there. I had all these roaches that could have been doing stuff, but a very close game. I was completely caught off guard by those mutalisks. I had not scouted, so in previous games I said I'm working on map vision, which I did, and I got, I did okay at it. I still died a lot. I could just see it coming a little sooner. And so this game I was focusing on trying to make enough units and keeping myself going, and I felt like I was in the lead the whole game, was because Cuteyfifi was up here building another base with, and getting mutas. So Cuteyfifi, if you're out there, good job. I mean, you managed to hold off my best game while you got a mutacloud up and running in an entire second base. So yeah, without that huge swell of ground forces to take out all the buildings, I was going to be in a very tough spot. But a very close game. Thank you, Cuteyfifi, for a good game. We chatted a little bit afterward. So plenty of good manner going on afterward. You noticed that the game ended on a building kill, so there was no GG. So we exchanged our pleasantries after the game, and all was good. So thanks for watching. Thumb it up and subscribe if you like it, if you haven't already. And be sure to leave a comment. Let me know how I can get better, what I did good, what I did poorly. And remember, you can always send your replays to wookiestarcraft@gmail.com if you want to see it casted and on the channel. I can't cast them all. It's primarily a time issue, but if I get something particularly cool, I will put it up there. And good luck, have fun on your ladder games, guys. I am Wookie. Check you later.